I'll start. I think to be a person of blessing, I think of someone who understands what they have and is free to offer what they have whenever, to whomever, as God leads. And I think that's the short answer.
I like what you said about as God leads, and that's something we've learned is very key, is just really leaning into the leading of the Holy Spirit, because trying to be a blessing without it being led by the Holy Spirit is futile. And we've certainly experienced that futility before. And so just drawing close to Christ and what his role model is something that we've actually really tried to lean into over these years.
I think one thing is you've got to have your awareness and sensitivity to those needs, right? Because if you turn a blind eye to them and you don't recognize the need, then you don't know how to apply the need. So I think one is to be aware. How much am I aware of the people that God has, placed in my life? Then where does that marriage of that need look like of something I might be potentially able to provide to them? That's one.
That's a great point. Yeah. I know one thing I've had to really check myself, because I can sometimes err in giving too much. I know it sounds funny, but you can do that. You can err in giving for the wrong motives. And so I have to check my motives. So if I'm going to give Holy Spirit-led giving, then it can't be about me. It can't be about me feeling good about giving necessarily. It's got to be really looking to Christ. There he was with no selfish ambition, no vain conceit, but in humility, he gave blessing to all of us, and so we could be reconciled. And that is such a selfless thing. And honestly, I use that model a lot, and I train other people to use that model of, where is it that Christ is leading, and how can we be Christ-like in our giving of blessing, whether it's finance, whether it's time, whether it's talent.
Yeah, I think that's important too, is to not define what it is to give in a box. We like to very much categorize our lives right into what are those resources, time, energy, money. There's so many different ways we can give, and I think sometimes we put ourselves in a box and I have this or that, or don't have this or that, and then we lose some untapped potential of where God might be able to stretch or develop me, maybe in areas that I naturally give, maybe, financially, for example. Well, maybe I don't in some other areas, and depending on the situation, am I open to receiving, being stretched in those different areas? So I have a toolbox, if you will, in order to give according to the need, because the needs are always different.